Yo guys, what is going on? It is Invin here, and today what I'm bringing to you guys is just a very quick update video on a couple of the latest things from New World in terms of news. As a lot of you will probably be aware, the purple-eyed Indigo Flame drop, which was a Twitch drop that gave the characters in-game the purple glowing eyes, was an exclusive drop for a few streamers who actually did a run of the brand new expedition with one of the members of the AGS team. Now those members were the only ones with exclusive drops for the first part while they were out, and that was Shroud, it was Rich Campbell, it was Asmund Gold, and it was Danny TV. Now today, these drops become available for every content creator streaming the game, so if you haven't yet got these drops, it is now a really good time to hop onto Twitch and get into this. Most streamers, as long as they have drops enabled, will be able to give you this one, and it's certainly worth doing. If we take a look at it here on Twitter, this is where they announced it, so I thought I'd bring you guys a video just to update, because obviously not everybody looks at the Twitter. The Indigo Flame drop is now live for all content creators until March 22nd. How you streaming, drop a link below, and then this little video here kind of showcases what the eyes are like, and actually they're pretty cool. It does replace your helmet slot, so if you are wanting to get this in-game, you will have to sacrifice your helmet if you've got a good one right now. Sorry about that, but also it is pretty cool, and I think it's something that fits well and nicely with the theme of the upcoming expedition. For those of you that haven't played it on the PTR, I won't spoil anything, but it does fit with that theme very, very nicely. Now, of course, you will need to watch Twitch to do this. What you will need to do is link your Twitch and your Steam accounts so that you can get the drops onto New World and get yourself hands-on with this. I think it is a 2-hour watch time that you need to do with any drops enabled streamer in order to be able to claim it, and then you can go ahead and equip this item in-game. Usually you will need to relog in order to be able to do this. So make sure you go on, head over to Twitch and go and support some fellow content creators over there that are streaming. My streams are going to be every Friday evening. If you do want to tune in then, that should be a good opportunity for you to get that with myself. As always, the link for that will be in the description. Now, very quickly as well, this video, something else that I wanted to kind of briefly touch on here is some of the March PTR notes. I know that some players have seen this already, whereas others have not, and I haven't done a full video on this yet because there wasn't a whole lot to cover. However, I have done a video on the changes proposed to the wars, which is going to be the 40 versus 40 wars, and there is also some pretty notable combat changes, so I did just want to give you guys a quick update on these as well so that you can stay in the loop with what is happening at the moment in the PTR. So essentially what they have done is added a new out of combat regeneration status for both HP and mana. For those that aren't aware what this is, the out of combat status will be what is applied to the player so that they can access their inventory whilst running when they have not dodged or done another combat maneuver within the last few seconds. This will be indicated next to the health bar by a crossed sword. If you have the crossed sword, you are in combat, and if you don't have it, you are in that out of combat, and that will give you then a bonus regeneration to HP and mana whilst you're going around the world. So again, those that are playing more evasive maneuvers, if you do try and escape somebody and you manage to get a decent bit of distance, you stop using your abilities and you simply get onto a road and run for a quick second. This could help you to catch up with some health and mana if your pots are on cooldown. But honestly, I think it's going to not mean too much, except from the inventory opening, which is the brand new feature. Now, as well as this, we've also seen some additional changes to the Void Gauntlet, which has reduced the default root duration of the Void Gauntlet Scream ability from 2 seconds down to 1 second. And we have also seen a change to the Life Staff, where they have fixed a misalignment between the casting timer and the animation effects for Divine's Embrace. Now, really notably from this one is Outpost Rush, or in general game modes. So what they've done is you can now sign up for Outpost Rush from anywhere by pressing the escape to enter the main menu and then selecting the modes tab. This is really crucial because obviously Outpost Rush is our game mode at the moment, but it does seem like they are leading the pathway in for additional game modes. Like I mentioned a couple of videos ago, it would be pretty cool to see a practice type war scenario added into the game. That is something they have talked about in their dev videos, so potentially we could be seeing something like this added to the game. Maybe not this patch, but certainly in the near future if they've added the interface for this menu. And it's also going to make QOL a lot better for queuing, because it means you don't have to go to the faction representative. You can actually just enter the game mode queue from wherever you are around Eternum. Now, specifically with Outpost Rush as well, they've also added a low chance drop rate of arena orbs from the elite AI enemies within there, and allowed the UI to show more than 2 rewards at once. The first point there, adding a low chance drop rate of the arena orbs to elite AI enemies is pretty cool. It does incentivize the PvE slightly more, again, into Outpost Rush, and I do think that some players are really going to take advantage of this. They much prefer the PvE aspects of it, so potentially getting the arena orb drops from that as well does give them a good incentive to get involved. But for most players, I would think it's something that they may get if they're taking part, but they're not going to go out of their way for it. Now, I've talked about the war adjustments. There is some small adjustments as well to things like expeditions and invasions, just to do with clearing things up in terms of HUD and interface. Quests, again, daily faction mission tokens rewards have been increased by 5x. So most players by now will be aware that the first faction missions you complete per day, the first 3, will award you 10 times the amount of gold that it displays. So you can get yourself 200 to 300 gold per quest on those first 3. Now, what you will see with those is the faction token rewards increase by 5x, so not quite as much as the gold, but it is going to give you a very good amount, because generally the faction tokens are a lot higher than the gold itself anyway. So this should be a pretty good way to get yourself up there, with lots of the keys being more accessible, obviously all of the chisels and that sort of thing, and with Resilient being in the main meta of most war teams right now, it will give you some extra tokens to be able to buy that consecrated iron. Now, in terms of crafting, we've seen a couple of changes where the balance of time named swords crafting recipe has been rebalanced to cost less and be in line with other tier 3 items. Most players will probably be past that point, but if you are still in the leveling phases and this is something that applies to you, then that should be a lot more accessible. And Blight Seeds are now epic quality instead of legendary quality. Personally, I'm very excited for this change, because every single time I run Genesis, I see a golden bag, get really excited, and then it's Blight Seeds. So this to become down to epic is actually going to mean when I see a gold bag in Genesis, I can become excited for it again. So personally for me, very, very nice. Now, the rest of it is just PTR only changes, which is the reason I didn't make this a full separate video. Just wanted to do kind of a news and latest roundup for you guys. So hopefully you have found this one interesting. If you have, please do be sure to leave a like and subscribe down below. And as always, I will catch you guys very, very shortly in a brand new upload. Thank you for watching, and peace.